Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today. This is Taliesin McKnight, and today's subject is bath spells or bath magic. Bath spells, this is a very old, a very ancient tradition, and it's really popular in Hoodoo practice. It's used for everything from good luck, love spells. It's used to remove negativity. This is the main method or technique to remove curses, to get rid of bad luck. So this is the main technique. If you go see some hoodoo doctor and you want him to get rid of bad luck or a curse you may have, this is probably the technique that he or she would use. Bath spells are used to get rid of curses, remove negativity, any kind of blockages in your life to make way for good luck or positive conditions. Bath spells are also used to bring in positive influences into your life. So this is a very hands-on, practical type of occultism designed to make real-world changes, or that is the belief. What is a bath spell? How does this work? Again, this is very ancient. The use of different crystals, stones, herbs, and water. It is the idea that water, liquids, and solids are receptive to energy. So the water is receptive to whatever influences you put into it. So if you had a cup of water and you focused on your desire, you push that energy into the water, you may call down the power of Venus or some deity into the water. You may put herbs, crystals, whatever into the water. So you are able to infuse water with energy. This is on a grander scale, so you would basically be bathing in the water. So if you want to do a love spell or make yourself attractive before you go on a date, or to attract love into your life, you may take love drawing herbs and put them in the water, and you may call down love energies. So the water is receptive to whatever you put into it. If we had a bath here, you infuse the water, you put herbs in it, whatever, and this is your love bath. And you get into the love bath, and you are basically infusing your aura, your energy, with whatever properties you put into the water. So the water is receptive to whatever energies that you put into it. And then you immerse yourself in the bath. This could be used for good luck, love, protection, getting rid of negativity. Now, how do you do a bath spell according to traditional conjure beliefs? You use the occult properties of herbs. Basically, these are usually herbal baths. You use the occult properties of herbs and infuse the bath. You bathe into the herbal bath with the appropriate prayers, whatever. And this is designed to create some kind of a change in your life. Now, before we get in deeper into this is very important. Some herbs are toxic, some are poisonous. So you have to really research the herbs that you are using. You do not want to bathe in some kind of a noxious, poisonous herb. It could be harmful, even fatal. It could be dangerous. And that's not even taking into consideration any allergies that you may have. So if you are allergic, if an herb is noxious, toxic, you need to be very careful when bathing in certain herbs. So that is something very important. You really need to research and make sure that these particular herbs are okay to bathe in and you're not allergic. So how does this all work? Like I said, let's say you have a cup of water. You could push your energies into it. You can call down the power of a deity or spirit. You could put in different herbs. You are infusing this water with energy. In a bath, you are simply doing this on a grander scale. You infuse the bath with energy, different herbs, and then you immerse yourself. So you are literally bathing in good luck. On the astral plane, supposedly, there's good luck in the water. You are bathing in good luck. You are bathing in love. Whatever you infuse the water with, you are immersing your aura, yourself into. And this is used to bring in love, good luck into you. And it's used to remove negativity, or to remove curses, crossed, negative conditions, so that there are different spiritual conditions, and these are basically infusing yourself like you would infuse a talisman or something. You are infusing yourself, your own energies. Now, how does this work? As I said, these are herbal baths. There is the idea that different herbs have occult properties to them. So just like different herbs are used for medical properties, different herbs are also said to have occult properties to them. So you may have some herbs that are good for love, some for good luck. Some herbs are seen as cleansing herbs, used for removing negativity. So the knowledge of what plants or herbs or flowers, whatever, have a certain property, these are used in the bath with the appropriate prayers to cleanse or to bring in. You are immersing yourself into charged waters. Water is receptive to whatever energy you put into it, and you are immersing yourself. Bathing in good luck, bathing in love, whatever the case may be. Now, how do you do it? It's the same concept as making a tea. You will need a pot or pan, some kind of a strainer, and a big bowl, okay? You simply stick the herbs into the pot for whatever you're desiring to do. If it's a prosperity, you're going job hunting, you want good luck going job hunting or prosperity, then you'll put in money drawing herbs, prosperity herbs, into the pot. If it's a love spell, you may put in love herbs into the pot. Cleansing baths, you'll put uncrossing or cleansing herbs, exorcism herbs, and you boil these in water, just like making a tea. You will bring the water to a boil and then turn off the burner, and you'll let the herbs steep in the oil in the water. Let the herbs steep in the water for about 15 minutes. It's just like making a tea. Bring the water to boiling, let it steep. And then with your strainer, you pour the water into a bowl. So you've got your herb, you pitch your herbs, and you have basically like a tea. Okay? Boil your herbs into the water, put it into a bowl, and you go and run some bath water. You'll light some candles. You focus on your desire and you get into the bath. Again, this could be a cleansing bath, it could be a prosperity bath, whatever. You focus on your desire, you get into the water, and you pour this mixture. You don't want it to still be boiling, by the way. You might want to let it cool a little bit before you pour it over your head. And you pour this water over your head, and then you dip it and you pour it, and you dip it and you pour it, and then you may recite some prayers, some psalms from the Bible, whatever, and then you do your washing. Now, to get rid of negativity, you wash from your neck down to your feet. To bring in positive conditions like good luck or love, you wash from your feet up to your neck. So the direction that you wash tells whether you're diminishing, getting rid of something, or bringing in. And you recite your prayers, and then you never towel dry. This is important. According to tradition, if you towel dry, it is signaling to spirit that you're getting rid of your bath. And this is a spiritual bath on the astral spiritual plane. You're infusing yourself or getting rid of. Okay, so let's put this into context, into a specific bath. In Hoodoo, in Louisiana tradition, now Hoodoo is separate from Voodoo in Louisiana. Hoodoo is a completely different system practiced all over the U.S. However, in Louisiana, they often combine hoodoo as a religion. I mean, voodoo is a religion, hoodoo is a magic practice. But hoodoo and voodoo are completely different. But like in Louisiana, I don't even know why I went into all of that. These are different traditions. But it's very popular in Louisiana, by the way, New Orleans. Hoodoo's different. It's practiced in a different geographical area, drawing on different traditions, developed separately. But anyways, okay, so you're removing a curse. Let's say that you have had a run of bad luck. For a few years, you may have had bad luck, and you can't explain why so many bad things happen to you. You may have a curse going on. You may have a curse on you. You may have some kind of negative energy that you have accumulated. This is a negative spiritual condition. It's like a sickness. You catch a cold, you start sneezing, you feel sick, but according to this idea, you can be spiritually sick. You may have negative spiritual conditions that are causing all kinds of bad luck in your life. For removing curses or getting rid of negativity from jealousy, from negative emotions, you may do a curse removing bath or whatever. This is getting rid of bad luck, getting rid of whatever negative condition you have. There's a reason they call them hoodoo doctors. These are seen as doctors in a sense. They fix your problems spiritually. So, you want to get rid of any kind of bad luck that you may have been having for a few years. You think you may have a curse, something negative. You'll take uncrossing herbs. Plants that are used, that are valued for their cleansing properties. For example, hyssop. Hyssop is an herb that is really popular for purification rites. Hyssop is a powerful cleansing herb. Rue. Rue is an herb that's highly valued for its protective qualities, protection. Hyssop, rue, some sea salt, maybe some agrimony, whatever. These herbs, you take all these herbs. Now there's no excuse saying, oh, I can't get these herbs. Order them online. Go to a local herbal shop. And it's that simple. You can get the herbs. You just might have to dig a little. You take the herbs, you stick it into a pan or a pot or pan. Now, if you really can't find the herbs that you need, then you can use some sea salt, black pepper, whatever, something like that. Well, a very small amount of pepper. You got to be careful. This stuff, yeah, not good to bathe in. Anyways, put your cleansing herbs into a pot or pan. Pour some water in it. You're making a tea, basically. Turn the burner on. Once it comes to a boil, a rolling boil, you turn it off. You may stir it. Let the herbs steep in the water. Right now you may recite prayers over the tea, push your energy into the tea, call down the power of God or whatever into the tea, recite prayers. Now you take your strainer and you pour this into a bowl, strain out the herbs. You could pitch the herbs, whatever. You have a big white bowl, okay? You've got your tea mixture. You go run some bath water, light some candles. Now this is to remove a curse. And you focus on your desire to get rid of whatever negativity. Think about whatever negativity is in your life and you're about to get rid of it. You get into the water and you pour this over your head. To remove a curse, you do this 13 times. You pour it. And each time you pour, you focus on getting rid of negativity. You pour it, cleansing away negativity. Take a deep breath. You pour it. You do this 13 times. Then you may recite the 37th Psalm from the Bible. You recite certain Psalms. There's a strong strain of Christian tradition in Hoodoo. Or you may, if you're not a Christian, you may use whatever prayers, however you conceive of deity. Or you may just state your intent. After you do your prayer, To remove, you wash from your neck down. You wash your head or your neck while focusing on removing negativity. Removing negativity. And as you wash down, you need to visualize all the bad luck going away. And you wash down, you may imagine it as a black energy pushing it down your legs and down your feet. So you wash from your neck down to your feet to remove. You get out of the bath, you do not towel dry, you air dry. And then, before the water drains, you pick some of the water out, and you will pitch this to the east while stating your intent. You know, get rid of bad luck or whatever. This is traditionally done before sunrise or at sunrise, at dawn, with the rising sun. So anyways, now if you're removing a curse, it's really popular to burn some kind of cleansing herb as well. So cleansing herbs, this is called smoking the client or smoking yourself. You take cleansing herbs and you burn them, and you may, to drive away whatever hex or curse or whatever spells may have been cast against you or whatever bad luck, driving away bad luck, okay? And then you may take the bath. You really want to get powerful, you may take a white candle. The same herbs you used in the bath, you can heat in an oil. You anoint the candle from the base to the wick, and then you light the candle. So you combine candle burning with it. Now, if you're doing a job interview, you may want to bring in good luck or prosperity. If you're going gambling, you're going to go to the casino, you might want to do, good luck. If you're going on a date, you may bathe yourself in some love drawing herbs, herbal tea, or whatever, bath. So the water is receptive. You are infusing the water with energy. You're infusing the water with energy from herbs, from deity, from yourself, whatever. And the water is receptive to whatever astral energy or spiritual vibrations. And then you immerse yourself in the water. You could either cleanse to get rid of negativity, or if you're doing love spell, you may put love drawing herbs and wash from your feet up to your neck to draw in with the appropriate prayers or statement of intent, and then you might light a red candle. So that is how you use bath spells to remove curses, get rid of bad luck that you may have been having for years, to bring in love, good luck. And this is very popular, this is very ancient, it's been going around for thousands of years. This is not some new age concept that came up 50 years ago. This is very old, very ancient, very traditional. And, the idea of using different crystals, herbs in a bath and immersing yourself is very old. I mean, just look at baptism. That's a pretty old concept. So, this same concept could also be applied to a house. If you want to cleanse a house of negativity. Now you can scoop up some of your bath water and use it in your house cleansing. You can use this in a business or house. Now, just like in a bath spell, you wash from your neck to your feet to drive away, or to bring in influences from the astral vibrations of the water from your feet up to your neck. In a house, you'll wash the walls down to the floor, from the back of the house to the front door to drive away. If you're bringing in good luck, peace in the home, prosperity to a business, you'll wash from the front door into the back of the house because you're bringing in good luck into the home or whatever. You may wash up the walls. So if you're removing negativity from a house, you may take your mixture, your herbal tea, for driving away impurities, cleansing, and you're driving away negativity from a house. First of all, you might sense the house, focusing on driving away negativity. Then you take your herbal mixture. You'll wash with a rag the walls all the way down to the floor, and then the back of the room to the door of the room. And then you may light a white candle and say a prayer in each room in the house as you go towards the front door. When you get to the front door, you wash the doorstep. And this is how to remove negativity from the house, lighting a white candle in each room. If you're bringing in prosperity or peace in the home, then you'll take that herbal bath, infuse the waters, and wash from the front door to the back of the house and up the walls or whatever. Now, if this is used for hardwood floors. If you have a carpet, you can use a spray bottle and use a broom to sweep in or out. So these are all just, you know. Now, one more thing I wanted to cover, and again, be careful that the herb is not noxious or toxic, and make sure you're not allergic, or you could die. That would be bad. Now, if some people make a living casting spells for people. They get paid money, and this is what they do. If you go see some witch and pay them to do a cleansing for you, let's say you got cursed, whatever, you want to get rid of it, if someone else does a bath for you, you should have some clothes on. Yeah, if someone else does a cleansing for you and they ask you to get naked, then that is probably a sign that they're trying to get freaky with you. So yeah, usually you have some kind of clothes when someone else does the bath for you. And if your hoodoo doctor is trying to have sex with you, then that's kind of breaking the ethical client-doctor relation. Anyways, okay, so you should have some clothes on, and usually if someone else does it for you, you'll be sitting in the tub and they'll do the cleansing. Foot washes, hand washes, whatever. Now, if long distance, let's say you want to do a cleansing or a spiritual bath for someone long distance. How do you do this? You may use a ceramic doll. You do not want to use a cloth doll. Cloth dolls will get wet, obviously. That could be bad. You use a ceramic doll. You could paint it with their symbols, take some of their clothes and put it around, whatever, to link it to them. The ceramic doll can be bathed, sensed, whatever, as a magical link to that person. So anyways, this is bath spells, bath magic, spiritual baths, according to magical tradition. This is very old, very ancient, very popular. It is the main technique. This is the main method for getting rid of curses and bad luck, but also to bring things in. If you're going on a date, and you want to impress a hot sexy lady, then you may do one of these baths. If you're going on job hunting or job interview, you may do that as well. So, in summary, you take water in a pot, bring it up to a boil, let it steep, you strain it, you put this water into bath water, you wash yourself, recite a prayer, and that's it. And that is bath magic. Thank you for joining me. And once again, this is Taliesin McKnight. Have a great day, y'all.